The AFL Under-18 National Carnival wound up in Melbourne during the week, and at a casual glance it involved 120 teenage boys living out their dreams. But the pressure and million-dollar expectations placed on them and AFL club recruiters makes it a stressful business. Add 50 player agents to the mix of emotions and the competition becomes even more intense. Paul Kennedy reports.
Today, this stadium of professional football is a teenage boys' adventure playground.
This level.
It's the last round of the Under-18 National Championships. The last time many of these young men will represent their states. The last time they'll play with some of their closest mates. It's a day to savour, but it can be hard to relish the present when everyone around you is so fixated on the future, namely this year's AFL draft.
Recruiting now is the lifeblood of all AFL clubs. You really only have two opportunities to put new players on your list, and that's through the draft or through player trading. So the decisions we make are critical to our future.
While the boys are playing, the recruiters and agents in the stands are looking at them like investors view stocks.
They'll be thorough, diligent, as they have been in the last probably decade, as they've realised that the draft is the system now that will decide on whether they're successful or not. Nearly all players come through the drafting system, and so they put a lot of resource toward it. You know, the clubs would spend now assessing talent up to $1 million a year.
In the Tasmanian change rooms, the Mariners are about to try and salvage a disappointing carnival.
You're going to be televised right around the country, and you are representing Tasmania.
It is an honour to wear these jumpers, and they wait for the last minute to finish dressing.
Put this realise what it means, okay, and give yourself every chance to enjoy this honour again.
All-Australian Aaron Cornelius, the team's leader, knows the recruiters will be watching him. He is a key forward, and Tasmania, despite its vim, is expected to struggle in this match. He'll be double-teamed, and it will be difficult for this impressive boy from Glenorchy to shine.
There's a fair bit of pressure there, but you kind of put that out of your mind and try and go out and play well.
Big fella will kick it from just inside the 50.
I'm just here to enjoy the day, and hopefully he goes well. It's always a tense time.
Cornelius and Tassie get their second.
The parents are not just onlookers. The AFL Players Association invites them to an information session laying out the welfare services available to their sons. Mothers and fathers are now part of the so-called system. Andrew Lynch, a teacher at Haileybury College, is a nervous dad.
Kicks well to the pocket, and a good, strong mark by the man Nathan Buckley talked about.
It's nice to know that obviously a lot of welfare things are in place at the club your son might go to, but it's also nice to know that there's also an all-encompassing players association that look after off-field issues and the transition into becoming an AFL player.
One thing the parents want to know more about is the role of player agents, the biggest sign that AFL recruitment has become a multi-million-dollar business.
When I first got in the industry 10, 11 years ago, I think there was about 80 accredited agents. Now there's only 40 to 50, but those 40 to 50 are doing it on a more permanent basis.
Comes down to Salter.
Dan Richardson's management firm has signed Tassie forward Aaron Cornelius.
They seem very, very sincere in what they do, and you look at their integrity and their experience and who they do look after and what experience they've got. Yeah, that hasn't been an easy one actually, because Aaron signed up with ESP fairly early, and then a lot of other people come afterwards, and you don't know whether you make the right decision or not.
We want to make sure that as an industry we have agents who are out there who, for the right reasons, representing our players, and that they've got the right qualifications and they understand what the industry is about.
The strict rules of accreditation, no inducements, no approaches at games or close to school exams, is holding to account this burgeoning field.
There was just a little bit of a feeling that that agents, sharks in the water circling sort of thing, and I think that's changed a lot. They're in it for the long term, not just sort of a short-term financial gain.
So they can't afford to burn bridges and get bad reputations?
That's right, yeah. You damage your reputation with clubs or other stakeholders within the AFL, then you're going to have trouble sustaining your business long term.
You're going to listen to every word he says.
The most talked about teen in Australian football is Nick Natanui, a ruckman with freakish athleticism and sideshow bob hair. All draftees, even Natanui, will be on a standard contract in their first AFL season, so it can be argued agents at this stage need the players more than the players need the agents.
Like all clubs, the agents are the same, so we're looking for the players who might be good in 4 years' time, 5 years' time, not just to have an impact in 1 year, although I wouldn't mind Joel Selwood on my books.
Paul Connors is Nick Natanui's manager. Nick's family, not experienced in football or media, seems to feel comfortable having him by their side while they get used to the spotlight.
All these years is the excitement I've ever been because it's just beautiful out here.
And you're excited about his prospects of playing in the AFL?
It would be good.
Don't necessarily need an agent right this minute, but by the time they are drafted, every year about 65 are drafted, they would need someone to help them with that guidance.
Tom Lynch is one who doesn't have an agent.
For various reasons, he wants to concentrate on the football, particularly the championships.
Hawthorn has been among the AFL's best performed recruiters in recent years under Chris Pelchin, an experienced student of the game. The Hawks will take away from the championships a list of 80 potential draftees.
At this time of the year, we're looking at their playing talent more so than anything. From here on, we'll spend some more time looking into the background of the boys in terms of their family, their schooling, and also their character off the field.
They'll be pretty happy with
So, as much as today is the end of a journey, it is also the beginning of another, perhaps less secure phase of these teenagers' lives.
We're talking about a very uncertain industry, I mean, very speculative. The average career of an AFL player that's drafted is still less than 4 years. So, I mean, obviously from a business perspective, you hope to get, the best players and you hope they turn out to be, stars of the game.
Nick Natanui's performance doesn't disappoint, and he's tipped to be in the first 3 selected come the November draft. Not too far ahead of tough and excitable Tom Lynch. The Tassie Mariners suffer a 100-point defeat, but Aaron Cornelius is wonderful and kicks almost his team's entire score.
The opportunities that I've been presented, I suppose I've try and take it with both hands, and hopefully I can step up and play with the big boys.